All right, let's. I think this whole video, this whole recording, is just going to end with us talking in circles with Camp, and he makes us walk all the way down to see him too. The disrespect, Derek.
Ah, a visitor. Welcome, welcome. May I ask your name?
Hello, I'm
It's
D.
a sincere pleasure to
It's
meet
weird that
you.
he's still introduced. Because we don't know he's Kabosh. You know,
Ah,
I wonder.
Kabash. I know this man. He came through here some weeks ago. I will tell you everything I know, but first, a request. The one that has found out. Would you say you know the difference between right and wrong? Is there one system of morality which is always perfectly correct? What would it take for you to eat your dead? And life under tyranny is no utopia at all.
I mean, he's just spoon feeding everything we just learned. Yeah, I agree.
I'm glad to hear that. In any
I'm.
case,
How
thank
glad
you
are
for
you? Glad
humoring
enough
an
to
old
give us the
man.
plaque?
I would be happy to answer your questions.
Oh, thank God, Derek, you did it.
You
Give me
mean,
that
how
plaque.
did I end up living alone in this cave with nothing but these relics of the past for
Oh
company?
God, what have you done?
It's a long story.
Oh, okay.
At
Okay.
19, I left Corinth for Rome to study rhetoric
You know,
at one of her finest
this reminds me of
It's a
sometimes
without
talking to my
remorse
grandparents.
story.
Yeah.
Back then, I used to enjoy verbally sparring with everyone I could, and I was good. One night, I found myself in a tavern in an argument with a drunken mercenary.
Oh,
It became heated. He
that would
drew
have been funny if that
daggers,
was
and
us,
I won the
but
argument,
probably the
but
time difference.
lost my life. I woke up on the banks of the Styx at a campfire opposite Karen. Of course, I tried to persuade her
He
to let
spells
me
it
return,
differently.
but even with all my skill, I failed. I settled in, made friends, and learned what I could, quickly realizing our little community faced certain death under the Golden Rule. So I began looking for a place to hide underground. Fortunately, I found this place waiting for me. You see, I was not the first to take refuge here. I returned to my friends above, persuaded them to join me, and 12 of us descended for the last time to live out our days hidden from Hades' tyranny.
It doesn't. The difference is arbitrary. Why can't?
They are one and the same. The Romans call him Pluto, but long before that, my people called him Hades.
He's Greek.
Okay, so
Okay.
he's not who we thought he was then.
My generation was wiped out, turned to gold, many years ago. My friends and I were able to avoid the same fate by hiding down here.
So they
I
just
think
go
it's
in
safest
like
to assume
clusters.
that if I was to return, Hades would realize that his furies hadn't finished the job, and he'd send them after me again. I fear that if you were to utter my name in the city, even by mistake, that Hades would hear you and know I am still alive.
Okay.
Oh,
I
so
mean, we know who he is, but
yeah, we know who he is, but we don't know his name. So
okay, we need the plaque.
I'm afraid I am the only one left. There were 12 of us in the beginning, but one by one, my friends passed away. Some from malnutrition, others from madness and despair. It has been lonely. Before my unexpected visit from Kabash some weeks ago, I'd not seen another person in many, many years. Living in darkness is not without its challenges. The first challenge is diet. Fortunately, I found that eating fresh fish provides most of the nutrients I need. And
Oh yeah, he's got a
sometimes,
good
when
thing
there are
going here.
great people living up above, I surface at night and salvage the offerings they've left in the temple of Demeter. The greater challenge is the isolation.
See, I feel
So
like
I like
we
to
would
imagine
get,
arguments
you know,
where I argue both sides,
we would
But
anger people if we
like
did
so
that.
many things in life, arguments are better with a partner.
Okay.
As you wish.
Let's just get that. Let's
You
get that
seek
plaque.
the plaque bearing the Egyptian inscription. It is a cursed object, and I would be happy to give it to you if Kabash had not already taken
So
it.
he's not Kabash then.
I will tell you, but you may find him hostile. To prepare for your encounter, there are certain things you must know. Very few know this, but before the Romans came to this city, it was once entirely Greek. The architecture, the temples.
This
and the
this
people.
whole
When the Romans came, in
concept
typical
does
fashion,
kind of
they
confuse
claimed
me,
it as
'cause
their own. Built
are we
over
dead or
everything
not?
that could be built over, and renamed
We're,
the things that
I
could
think we're
not.
just in some sort
Thus,
of
the shrine of
purgatory.
Persephone became the shrine
Yeah.
of Proserpina. And when they found an obelisk bearing the name Hades, they tore it off and replaced it with Pluto instead. And the city's dwindling Greek residents, witnessing
Okay,
this
so that's what's
compulsive
happening. Is
Roman
like they keep
conquest,
going up to the temple
decided to preserve
of
what they could
Hades,
of their
and
heritage.
whoever's
They
like the
gathered
Romans
their
went
art
to the
and
temple of Hades,
valuables,
ripped off
secreted
the
them
plaque
away
that said
from the
Hades and
temple
put
of
Pluto.
Demeter,
The next people
and
came
hid them
over,
here,
ripped off
part of
Pluto,
the
and put
ritual.
whoever the Egyptian Anubis, and that's why there's 4 plaques.
However, there was one thing that always seemed out of place to me, and it is the very thing you seek. An even older plaque bearing an Egyptian inscription. We had no idea until years later, when the first of my friends began to die. As a result of their deaths, we began to dig catacombs branching off from this cavern to lay them to rest. We extended the tunnel so far that we accidentally discovered another, an even older tunnel, which somebody had gone to great lengths to keep hidden. Suddenly it made sense why there was an out-of-place Egyptian plaque among our people's possessions. You see, we proud Greeks had thought the Romans beasts for stealing and corrupting
Yeah.
our heritage.
The Greeks stole.
And it turns out this game has been going on much longer than any of us imagined. I think it is best you head through the catacombs and follow Kabash's trail.
This is gonna be hell to edit.
Hey, Dustin.
Yeah.
What did I think about the
Did we
golden?
not discuss
Oh
it?
no.
Oh, I see. You're toying with
No, he's toying with me.
chat.
Oh man, he knew though.
My presence here a secret.
Okay.
So yeah. So I think we're the next generation.
Okay. Oh, and now we have the key for, you know... Well, actually, I don't know if we will need to come back here. So, depending on what's waiting for us, this may be the end of the video, and we may continue as we approach.